Okay, we got ourselves this here. New switch, because I don't even know if the old one works. And we got this copper tubing. That's what we're going to put in it. Let's see how much it says. 6 foot. Should be enough. Alright, we have a copper line through there. You can kind of see it. Maybe. Alright, so now I gotta climb on in there, take the air cleaner off, and then I've got to take this little sucker, put this little sucker in there, and then, you know, I might use the old one that's already in, just thread this in there instead, you know. And then I got this set up and ready to go on the end of that copper line. That's going to be the hardest part. It's going to be really annoying. And 9/16 is this one, and then 3/8 I already got what I need. So we'll go ahead and do this and get this little sucker done, and then we can actually drive this and see if it's going to shift and everything else. Alright, got her hooked up. See her back there. Now we just got to make sure that it don't leak. And I used all 6 feet of that, so when we have like 3 feet too much, which is gonna happen. Yep. I left this sitting in here. I guess we'll have to undo this and then cut this real close. Well, we can see if it works, right? You know, I'll have to cut it down next to that other one down there. We got way too much of this. Alright, it goes into gear. Low and first both work, but these tires are so bald on the back that it can't move. It just spins all day. So, I'm gonna have to put it in 4-wheel drive, and I'll have to lock the hubs, and we'll have to use 4-wheel drive just to get out of this hole, because these tires are so bad. Hey, you can see, I mean, these have like no tread left on them. But they're just spinning. They are just spinning. Unless there's something wrong with our brakes. Okay, I think that one of these brakes is sticking. Because the truck goes into gear. Low works and first works. I didn't shift into second and third, obviously, and I didn't try reverse because I don't want to go through my shed. But this tire back here turns. I haven't put it in 4-wheel drive or anything, but this back here turns. And it'll spin, and then the other side spins. So it's got positive traction. And there's a lot of wasp out here, man. Dang, I was worn out here earlier. But this will just spin here, and it won't actually go. It runs. I had to put it in 4-wheel low in order to get it to come out of the hole, and it came right out. So it's just because the back tires are kind of bald, and it was just spinning. So I'm going to take it for a drive to the end of the road and back. I've got the gas tank in here, kind of stuck in there, so it shouldn't fly around. And if it does, we'll just run out of gas or start a fire. So it seems like it's doing great. I mean, it went right into 4-wheel low and had no problems. Alright, I know what it's happening. We got a brake stuck up front. So that's what was keeping us in the hole, and that's what's keeping us stopped right now. That's why we're not backing up, because I got it in neutral. Alright, here we are. That spot looks so weird now without that truck there. But while we were driving, I think, since I had 4-wheel drive on, it felt like it was catching on this front tire. And it felt like this front tire was, the brake was just going on and off and hanging up, going off, going on. So I was gonna jack the truck up. We'll probably go by the frame back there, right back there. And this has got mud all over it, but we need to take this to a car wash. But we'll jack it up, and then we'll try turning this. Tell you what we might do is fix this today, because I can take this and put it where it's supposed to be down there. So we might do that today. And then we'll cut this off the appropriate length, because having this one like that is just silly. The radio kind of works. Kind of works. Letting it run here. Alright, here we go. Little bumpy of a road. Now I gotta find a damn place to turn around. Why did I do this to myself? Tell you what. Well, it shifts. Oh, this road sucks. This road is something else. Hope that gas can don't fall, man. That's all I need right now. Steering wheel is covered with grime. For now, that's where it's gonna be. We got one screw in there, just holding it up. So we'll crank it up and see what it's gonna do. Got the glass clean. Took some serious elbow grease. That looks a million times better already. So I figured that there was gonna be wasp over here, but I never thought it'd be this bad. I don't think there's any on this. Just in case. The driver's side tank is bone dry. That's a good thing. We're gonna open this one. Now this wouldn't fit in the other one, this little tubing. I was just using it to see, because if you know, these things suck for trying to siphon gas. They don't work well at all. You'll still have to do it the old-fashioned way. But you can use this to see if there's any gas in there by just pushing it down in there. Now on the other side, it didn't want to go in. I'm praying that it goes in on this side, because this tank actually has the little covers that go over it, so I'd have to take those off in order to get to it. And that's even more of a headache. So the other side's bone dry. Now we hope that this side is too. So let's go ahead and get our fuel key in there, because these are the locking type gas caps. And we use these because for a while there, my dad had somebody that was coming over and stealing gas. Don't know who it was, we never caught him. But we put these locking gas caps on, and then the lowlife took a drill and drilled at the top of the tank, and they stuck a hose in there, believe it or not. So they wasted an entire tank. We had to replace the whole thing. And we never caught them. Never did catch them. I have no idea when they were coming out here. That was years ago. That was back in like 2008. Okay, I think this was bottoming out inside the tank, because that's how much right there that was in there. And it is bone dry on here. So that's a good thing. There's another way we could test this. So we could, what we'll do is we'll fill up that driver's side with fuel. Since we think this is bone dry here. And we'll use the driver's side because my dad kept the other side empty most of the time. Because if you keep fuel in there and you don't ever use it, it will go bad. So he only ever filled them both up if he was actually going to use them. We got new gas in here, 5 gallons of 91 octane. Now we put it in the driver's side tank, and I think both tanks are just bone dry. I don't think either tank has anything in it until now. So if it just turns over and turns over and turns over and turns over, then we know that it's pulling from the empty tank. And if it pulls gas in and it runs like crap, we know one of them had bad gas in it. Hopefully it's going to run just fine. We'll find out in about 1 minute or so. I think we're good. Gosh, this road though. Set this right here. Definitely needs some shocks. I can feel it. Alright, we got good oil pressure. We definitely need to get that damn water temp hooked up though. Gosh, this road. This road is not much more than just a dirt path. Alright, here we go. Really trying us now. Bed on, so that's good. Still in one piece, so that's good. Somebody's coming in with a trailer. I don't know if he's coming in right. Tell you what, we'll try to get past him real quick. Tell you what, we're not going to go much further. Truck handles about like it always did. which is to say you feel everything bump. New shocks would help a little bit. We're gonna turn around right here. We got plenty of room. We're gonna go just like this. Okay, we can just hold the clutch in. All right, we're doing all right. Yeah, this thing's running like a top. The shifter's doing great. I think that tank must have been bone dry, because it seems like it's running a lot better than what it would be if it had bad gas. So I think it's running pretty dang good. And this was a, I think this was a GM Goodwrench 350 back in the day. Some of you know what that is. So they had like a mail-in form that you would fill out from Summit or Jegs Racing, and it's a crate engine is what it was, and it was just like their lowest level crate engine. It made like 220 horse and like 300 torque or something like that. And for a truck, that was perfect, because you didn't really need a lot of horsepower. You wanted torque more than anything. But we'll get it back, because I don't really want it to run hot or anything. I just wanted to drive it down the road and see how it's going to do. And it seems like it really wants to run. So we know the driver's side tank is the one that he's been filling up. Now, we don't have a gas gauge. It shows full, and we know it's not full. So gas gauge isn't working. Looks like it's stuck on past full. And we're going to try to get it back, because it was a little low on antifreeze, and I don't want to take the chance of hurting the block or anything, or overheating it. We're going to make sure we got enough antifreeze in it, and we're probably going to change out the thermostat, because those always go bad when they're sitting. And other than that, an oil change and some new spark plugs and new plugs, and this thing will probably run like a top. This thing's running really good. I'm really impressed with it. That's old cars though, right? I mean, carbureted cars, I mean, you can leave them sit for a long time and they just want to run. Good Lord. Gosh. I need to get it back so I can listen to it, but sounds like we got an exhaust leak on this side. I've been hearing that like the whole time. I wouldn't be surprised if we do have one. I don't think it's missing or anything, because it seems like it's driving just fine. It seems like it's got power. I don't think we're running on 7. Because it does seem like it's running just fine. But we'll get it back. Here, we'll go ahead and... Oh, it would help if I could get that off of there, eh? Alright, let's check and see how much brake fluid we lost that time, shall we? Oh! So we lost a lot of brake fluid again. Yeah, so getting a new one, gosh, that was the right thing to do, wasn't it? Alright. So I guess we're done for the day. I went ahead and washed this off, threw some water on it. Whew. Try and get that stuff off of there. But like I was saying, I think we're done for the day. This thing seems to just run great. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and probably just do all the maintenance that it needs. So all the maintenance that it needs, like I'll change out, like I was saying, change out that thermostat, change out these plug wires, get new plugs, make sure they're gapped correctly, new air filter, new inline fuel filter, and also we're going to replace these two, brake booster and master cylinder. As soon as they get here, we'll replace them. And let's see, what else? New tires. We're going to get new tires. Because now we got 5 gallons of gas in this, and that's plenty to do what I need to do. So the nearest town that has tires is about 20 miles away. I'll probably make a video of that when I go on the journey. So what I'll do is I'll get a temperature gauge that I can put on this so I can monitor what temp it's at. Because we want it to stay, honestly, we want it to stay under 200, but in reality, 210, a small block will run at 210 as well. But I'd like to keep it at about 180, 190, somewhere in there. I don't even know if this has a thermostat in it. I guess we'll check. We'll take it off and check. Better safe than sorry. And we'll replace it. Because again, better safe than sorry. Because you don't know when these old thermostats will just go out on you. It's a pretty common thing. You can bring an engine back to life and then have a thermostat ruin it for you. So I would always replace them. They're really cheap. It's an easy job. Replace it. Better safe than sorry. And then the other stuff like the antifreeze, we're going to top up on that, and we'll probably get another 5 gallons of fuel because I can go to town at any time and get more gas. So we'll get more and we'll fill up even more. But yeah, it did great. I mean, it did what it was supposed to do.